Hi guys, thanks for joining me for the third time tonight. I promise this will be the last. Welcome to Matchbox Mondays. And last week I intimated that tonight would be a special kit from my childhood. Now this kit for me is what I termed a holy grail, because it has so many special memories for me. It was one of perhaps two kits that I painted completely. Usually I would just build the model and not really paint them up, especially with the Matchbox ones where the colours tended to be the colour of the actual thing. So for instance, the M16 half track would be practically green and I think may have been brown, but the Sherman Firefly would have been green. So this kit is very special to me, and I've been wanting to get hold of it for some time, and it's only recently that I've really, because I've sold some stuff on an auction site, that I've had money to get this. This kit went from when I had it, when I was a kid. It's from that point on the decision was made that this jet aircraft would be my favourite jet aircraft of all time, and it has remained that ever since. I just think the shape of it was wonderful. The armament it could carry was just fantastic, and I'm not too sure whether it actually appeared on a show about HMS Ark Royal that I used to watch with my dad. I think it was her last cruise, and I don't know whether she had Buccaneers and she had this particular aircraft as well. And so it was very special to me, and as I say, this kit in itself was very special. Now I've got another kit, a more up-to-date kit of this aircraft, and I may build that at some stage, but I may also just sell that, because as far as I'm concerned, this is the only kit I need of this particular aircraft. So without further ado, I will show you what it is, and we'll have a look at the sprues together, and just have a trip down memory lane, possibly for a lot of us. So here it is guys, the Phantom F-4M stroke K, in this instance in Royal Air Force markings. Now I've heard some tales about the British version of the Phantom compared to the American version. I'm not going to go into those because I don't want I don't want to upset people. But to me, the Phantom is just a fantastic looking aircraft. It really is. And as I say, from the day that I had this when I was a kid, I just said the Phantom will always be my all-time favourite jet. You know, we've had some good jets after this. We've had the Tornado, we've had the Eurofighter. I can't stand the most recent things from the States. I think they're god-awful looking things. I think after the Eurofighter, you know, I certainly won't be building any of the new F whatever they are. I just can't stand them. Anyway, without further ado, let's first have a look at the back of the box, and then we'll have a look at the sprues. So as you can see, we've got the famous Matchbox window. This one's been slightly indented. You've got three different variants. You can have a Phantom with number 6 Squadron, the flying can openers from 1973, a Phantom from 892 Squadron, Royal Navy, October 1969, detached to USS Saratoga, and then you can have a Phantom from number 41 Squadron, Coningsby, in 1972. I will do either of the RAF squadrons, not sure which one yet. So let's have a look at the sprues. So this is a 3-colour kit. We've got a white sprue, black sprue and brown sprue. Here's the first one. So this has got the main wings, the tail wings, pilot and it's got the fronts of the rocket launchers, and also the what do they call those? The pylons, weapons pylons. Here's the white sprue, which has got the air intakes, the fuselage, and then I think these are fuel tanks. And I don't know whether that's like some good gun pod or something like that. Finally, we have the black sprue, which has got more fuel tanks, the nose, the seat, cockpit. Are those sidewinder missiles? The rocket pods? No, those are sidewinders. I don't know what they might be. And we've got the bombs on here as well. So you can see, as a kid, I saw that sprue and it's just like fantastic. Got some access ladders, which is quite cool. We may have to try and use those. We've got the arrestor hook for the Royal Navy version. I don't know whether I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have kept that for the RAF and just locked it into place. Then again, they may have done. Should we have a look what the PK number of this particular kit is? See if I can find it anywhere. So I hope you can see that, PK 404. So we'll have a quick look at the instructions. Obviously, as you noticed on the kit parts, there didn't seem to be any flash, but then, as I say, I think this is one of the first toolings of this, so you wouldn't expect any. So the instructions basically fold out. This kit's a bit more involved than most from Matchbox, but then I think that's because of the different weapons loadouts that you could put on there. And they've actually got 3 different weapons loadouts depending on which particular airframe you are building. Usual paint callouts there, and then you've got the colour callouts for various parts of the kit. I don't think there's any reference to any other kits, unlike some of the smaller ones where you used to have a list of other Matchbox models that you could get. I just want to show you the decals. So here they are, looking deceptively tidy and not yellowed, and so it'll be interesting to see how they react once they are put in water. I'm hoping they'll be okay, but there is plenty of aftermarket decals that can be got for the Phantom, obviously. And the last thing to show you is the canopy and the stand. Now, the person who sent me this very kindly has put them in a plastic bag, which was very good of him. So you got the canopy there. Actually, I'll get them out quickly. So you got the canopy there, looking in very good condition, nice and clear. And of course, one of the things that Matchbox was famous for is their flying stand, which I hope to use on this. So there you go, guys. As I say, there were some kits that I had as a kid that I would practically wet myself about, but this kit is the one that induced a silent scream from me, and as I say, one of the reasons why it is my favourite Matchbox kit of all time, and a model of my favourite jet of all time. So thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the kind words about Matchbox Mondays. There are plenty still to come. I've had, I think, another 3 kits from the auction site where I got this from, and one of them again was one I would have built as a kid, and the other one is something that I wanted since. I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good Monday and that the week has started off well for you, and I'll catch up with you soon.